My 99-year-old dad has an extensive advance directive that essentially states do not resuscitate unless there's a reasonable expectation of returning to a normal life. He was just in the hospital for a few days, and the hospital had him complete a MOLST, which is another way of saying POLST, where he contradicts the do not resuscitate wishes in the advance directive. He's fixated on living to 100. Do you have any suggestions on how to convince him otherwise? His cognitive abilities are failing.
Whew. Tricky business without actually talking, seeing your dad here and getting a sense of how forgetful are we talking? Because he may be a little forgetful, but like we said in the last question or two, he may still qualify to have decision-making capacity or competence to make such a decision for himself. And it sounds like if someone filled out a MOLST with him, a doctor who signed it, who felt that your dad was clear enough in that transaction to warrant signing the document. I mean, that will supersede a prior advance directive. Now, if you're wondering whether there was some, that was a haphazard process and the doctor didn't really inquire whether your dad had the capacity to make this decision, or you're anyway want to revisit that MOLST document, going back to that doctor and say, hey, dad's actually pretty forgetful. Can we have that conversation again? You may have missed something. Maybe he or she, that doctor, will participate. But that document, once signed, is binding. So you may be stuck with that as a family and just sort of saying, hey, well, okay, all right, Papa, if this is your life goal to get to 100, and if that means being in a hospital, potentially something goes wrong and you're in a hospital and you get resuscitated to the point where you have a pulse, but you're on a breathing machine and stuck in a hospital ICU, if you're cool with that and that gets you over the 100th birthday finish line, okay, just got to make sure everyone knows what they're getting into. And then the question may be, Dad, okay, if we land in that horribly difficult situation and you are resuscitated and alive by some measure, but you're dependent on machines and can't speak for yourself, we should fill out a second document here that states once past your 100th birthday, then it is okay to withdraw life support, or that is your wish to withdraw life support. Because the risk here is Dad could get stuck on life support, and without any document or a sensitive doctor who knows the family here well, Dad could get stuck in that mode indefinitely, and that could be really brutally difficult. So, gosh, it's hard to say much more about that situation. There could be a lot of variables in this mix that might tweak my answer a little bit. But the bottom line here is if Dad filled out that MOLST and the physician signed it and was clear that Dad was clear enough to state his wishes, and that thing is signed, well, you're kind of stuck with it. I would just make sure to talk to Dad about this eventuality, this possibility that he gets stuck on life support, and be very clear what he wants you to do then, and make sure that clarity is conveyed to the doctor. But tricky stuff. This is where this is inherently a risk to get to that 100th birthday. You are risking the possibility of ending up in an ICU on breathing machines indefinitely, etc. If everyone's eyes are wide open, if Dad's eyes are wide open, even if he's a little forgetful and makes that decision, then you're left to support him, even if you disagree. And there you go.
All right. Thank you so much, BJ. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia, and thank you, everybody. Again, thanks for your patience today. It's good to be with you.